So, hey guys, I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to share a little bit of my story with you. Yeah, I'm not a public speaker like at all. I'm literally a guy who sits alone in a room, like nodding my head furiously to music that may or may not exist. There's no windows in that room, so to be able to speak in front of people is a little weird and insane at the same time. But I'm super pumped to be here. Yeah, so let me introduce myself. My name is Jesty. I created Holy Mattress Money, which is an independent music project here in Cleveland, Ohio. I created it in 2017 as a way to get a lot of my ideas out of my head and into my hands. Like I started to write songs, produce songs, and then I collaborate with other musicians and songwriters and all kinds of stuff, and then we put the songs out independently. And in less than 2 years, we've been able to reach millions of people, and we've been able to kind of create a small community of creatives that are interested in getting their ideas into their hands as quickly and as frequently as possible. And I think that that's like the thing that I'm most proud of. Yeah, so I got my professional start while I was at Ohio University. If there's any Bobcats in the building, if there's not, it's okay. Go Bobcats either way. I got my professional start there as a student. I was making beats and recording in my dorm room and just being an overall like kind of recluse, but I had a lot of friends, and I ended up starting to throw my own concerts, and those concerts started to grow, and I ended up getting a huge following, and I was able to leverage that audience to get independent study credits to do an independent study tour. I went on an international tour, and I got to open for some of the biggest names in the world at that time. Like, that changes. But I got to open for like Pitbull and Sean Paul and E40 and The Game and Flow Rider and all these huge people. And I was 21 years old, and I taught myself everything that I knew, and it was like probably one of the greatest things that happened to me, to kind of be able to get in front of 5,000 to 7,000 people every night, and that was crazy. Well, the thing is, I had to go back to college. They had me write a paper, which was really, I wrote one paper and got like a whole like semester's worth of credits, which was really cool. But it kind of helps that my mom worked at the school, and she worked specifically in minority retention at Ohio University, so she would call me all the time, like 81% of African-American males do not return to college after leaving for any reason. So I was hearing this constantly, so I came back, I finished school, and just hung out and just vibed, because that's all you can do in Athens, Ohio. And then just kind of did that and graduated, toured for another 4 years. That led me to Los Angeles. This sounds like a crazy, weird movie, because it is. I ended up in Los Angeles, lived there for 10 years, where I worked with everyone from like street artists like Mr. Brainwash, all the way to being mentored by the Grammy-nominated The Interns. And I was in their studio for 5 years, where I honed my craft as a record producer and a songwriter. That sounds a lot. I don't like to do that, but I had to because of him. He told me to do it. So that's me. Hi. Now, I know we're running a little late, so I'm gonna like try and like wrap it. But I will tell you guys, in real life, we're all creatives here, right? Like, how many of you create for yourselves? Like, spend time to like create for yourselves? A lot, but not all. And like this is one thing that I really want to like kind of convey to you guys. Like, I was working probably 16-hour days, and in LA I was spent 4 hours in traffic, so 20 hours of my day was taken and accounted for, and I was burning myself at both ends. It was like really insane. But basically, I got the opportunity to be in front of one of my heroes. We'll call him Scruff Daddy. So if you know who that is. So I got to be in front of him, and I got the opportunity to play music for him, but I didn't have anything that I was proud of. Like, I was working on building other people's dreams and helping other people with their metrics and meeting all of their freaking tiers, but I didn't have anything that I cared about. And I realized that like I was treading water creatively, and even though I was making money for the first time in my life as a creative that never really had a real job, like I just felt unfulfilled. So I actually ended up creating and moving back here and creating Holy Mattress Money, which is just me getting out my ideas. And I want to run through one of those songs with you now. So I think it's really interesting that symmetry is the word of the month today, because I have like a yin-yang necklace on that I wear, because I'm not like whatever it means, but I like the way it looks. And also, like, it's just one of those things, like balance, and balance is one of the most important things to me, and I think that symmetry is one of the best gauges for balance. And it's throughout my life, throughout my art, I try to maintain that sense of balance. So this is the hit. I'm gonna play the hit for you guys. It's called Blue Hundreds. Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna do that. Thanks, pal. All right. Oh, my bad. Can you snap your fingers? Okay, just checking. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready, because I'm ready. Oh, yeah, here we go. Song's called Blue Hundreds. So what happened was, this thing stopped responding to me. Look, if you see this thing's not clearing, and I don't know why. Give me a second. Thanks. Hey, this worked like 10 times in a row in the morning. So hold on. It is magic. It's electric.
You need some help?
Yeah, man, stall for me.
I have no idea what that is. I've never seen it before in my life, but do you need help? I'll stand.
Give me a sec, man. I don't know what's going on. Okay, man. Oh, well. Guys, like, literally, I have the spinning wheel. Yeah, let's talk about palindromes. My favorite palindrome is So Many Dynamos, and I've got the spinning wheel of death.
A spinning wheel of death. I was trying to stall and get everybody like not looking at you for a minute, and now we're back here.
Yeah, see, look, no. This is okay. This is fine. This is fine. All right.
Never odd or even. My favorite's too hot to poop.
I can't even do it. I tried.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. It was probably because you tried to connect your thing to your dick.
It's my fault. That's
it
fine.
Definitely is. No, I take all the responsibility.
So, do you need to reset something?
I'm trying. It's like loading right now.
What happens when you're in the middle of a set and
It doesn't happen in the middle of the set. It only happens. It only happens when people are like sitting and intently watching me, and they're not like.
Which has happened exactly one time.
Yes, and this is what's crazy is like no one's drinking. Well, no one that I can.
Yeah, no one's drinking. I believe you.
Yeah. So okay, let's try this. Yeah, when we're live on Facebook, it's all good.
I did not give permission.
Here we go. All right, we're gonna try this one more time.
We in?
No, we're not in. This is not the game. Guys, this hurts my feelings and it hurts yours. We could change it to that?
Pace Yourself's a good song.
Pace Myself is a bop, man.
But you're already onto something here. What?
Sounds good. Seems like
I don't want to move.
feeling good. Okay. So, I don't know what that whole other thing was. I have no clue. But yeah, that song was one of the songs. And the thing is, like, symmetry is my life, right? You see, we started small and small, yeah, blah, blah, blah. But the other thing is, like, that was the first song that I ever wrote, kind of with the other side in mind, the actual, like, listening audience. Instead of me trying to, like, project whatever I wanted out there, I really tried to come up with a melody and all those things from the perspective of someone singing it back to me from the crowd. And what ended up happening was, with that intention, it allowed that song to be the biggest song that we've had so far. So that song alone is around 4 million streams across social media in the past year and a half. And that's the biggest thing. So the one thing, it's like, it's just one of those things. So like, just bank on yourself, bet on yourself. You know, when I finally got the courage to work on my stuff and, you know, create time for my art, I've been a part of some of the biggest things that I've ever done, and I'm happy and I get to share. And I have things that I'm proud of to share in front of people. So yeah, I'm ready. I'm finished, guys. If you have any questions, like ask away. I would love to answer, or we can leave. You're looking at your watch. What's going on? Chilling.
I just want to know, they're recording, so wait for the mic.
Oh, my bad, man.
I just wanted to know, and for those that may not understand, what kind of machine is that, and what can you or anybody do with it?
This is a Akai APC 40, and this is the big body edition. They have a little body edition right now, it's the MK2. This is the APC 40, like the original version. It's originally made for Ableton Live, but like I figured out how to use it in FL Studio, and that's probably why it didn't work when we first did it. But yeah, so basically you can, what I'm using it for is a launch pad, so I have all my parts already like recorded, and then I kind of like bring them in, bring them out, loop, and like kind of can play live. When as a producer, you know what I mean? I don't have like a live stream section over here, I'm not going over, so I can just kind of trigger my stems live. But outside of that, you can create music with this, but you need your computer to do it. So yeah, you just hit the pads and record it.
That is so cool.
Thanks.
Welcome.
We good? Hey! Yeah, well, I'm a complete orchestra up here. When we do live sets, we've got a singer, and we've got Shayla over here, and we've got like a drummer and a guitarist and all kinds of cool stuff. So it's like a really cool thing. I'm just the guy back here just kind of manning the spaceship right here, so to speak.
But you have to program it first.
But I have to program it first. So, but...
Doctor, musician.
I'm that guy. I'm really that guy. Like, I hear it in my head, and I like figure it out, and then I actually find different musicians sometimes and bring them in and record, and it becomes a collaborative process after that. But like, I love to use people who have expertise in a field that I'm not that strong in, and you can come together and make something really cool. So, yeah.
Really cool.
Thanks. I don't know why I'm selected, because I don't have a microphone.
Do you have any live shows coming up?
Do I have any live shows? The only live show that I have coming up right now that's in my brain is at Muskingum College. They reached out random, but like it's really cool. So I'm actually in the process of putting together the actual like band that's gonna go and tour. We've got some cool people that are down that I met locally. Shayla Hope, I don't know if you guys know her, she's like powerhouse of life. Old Seafair, maybe you heard of that. Try is my jam. But anyway, yeah, so we're working it out. We're working it out, but like it's like coming really soon, like it's happening, like now. So, yeah. I saw you had one, and there's two, so yeah, we're gonna do this, and then you're next, pal.
Hello.
Hey!
Okay, so my question is about being a creator who is burning candles at both ends, etc. I know that as creators, we often like to say, yeah, take time to make your own art, and we also like to say things like, take time for mental health, and take time to take a shower, and we say these kind of things, but oftentimes, from creator to creator, we don't express how it is that we do that. So with all the success that you found in life, how is it that you find that balance to still create for you?
Okay, that's an awesome question. So what happened was I wasn't for very long, and like I never understood depression until I had it, and it was one of those things that I couldn't shake. And I realized that I wasn't happy even though I was making money, and even though I was like, socially knew people. And so it was one of those things where I actually had to put my foot down and I had to leave Los Angeles and come back home to Cleveland. Like I had to make the drastic move to remove myself. So you can't call me to come to the studio to do this, that, and the other. Because I'm in Cleveland. If you want to, you can fly me out and I'll do it. But like other than that, like I'm here and I'm gonna work on what I need to do. So it's one of the but I've also been I know that this sounds crazy. I put my money where my mouth was, but I actually didn't have money to start with because of those jobs. So I just saved up and then bounce and only work on what I want to work on now. And that's when I'm actually seeing the type of success that feels right. And by success, I literally mean just having things that I'm proud of playing and being in front of people, and hopefully they enjoy it too. But it's working, you know what I mean? If you want full transparency, Holy Mattress Money costs more than it makes right now, but we're on track right now to do great just in streams, and then outside of that, we're just merchandising and all that stuff. So it's just taking everything that I learned from everyone else and applying it directly to me. I made other people sing and sound great. I can do it myself, So that's it.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back to Cleveland. I'm really glad that you're here, and a great story. Thanks for sharing it and your art. I'm curious about a couple of things. One is how you continue to unfold in your creativity and push yourself creatively, and even more so, how you do it in the analog realm. Do you sing? Are you writing lyrics yourself?
Okay.
Things like that.
So, all of the Holy Mattress Money songs except for 2, I wrote the lyrics myself. That's that. How do I unfold and keep fresh? And I don't know if that's a question, but how do I keep it going? Basically, it starts with the feeling of I actually have to enjoy it. But that freedom comes when you don't have any other boss or any other governing party. I'm the boss. So I literally have fun. I make my favorite song every day. And it's just by having fun and just being stupid. So and then from there, it just kind of grows. And with me, it's melody first. It's always gonna be melody first. So I start with the chords and then I come up with the melody, then I come up with the lyric on top. And so with that being said, I don't write a song unless I'm in love with how it sounds melodically, and that has helped me to have the output that we have had. We put out 22 songs in a year and a half, and we were doing it. I put out a song every Monday for 12 weeks in real time, and it was just because I was starting with the melody and how it felt, and then putting the words to it. So that's it. It's honestly just finding my workflow that worked best for me, and then zeroing, tripling down on that. It's I guess the answer. I hope it answers.
I actually have a real quick question, technical question.
What's up?
So, I got my start. I've always used FL Studio myself. Can you talk about have you always used FL? Can you talk about the evolution of that? Because for all the old head producers in the room, FL was pan, it's computer, it's not analog, but it's still around. It's a Grammy Award-winning machine. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Okay, so FL Studio is the greatest thing that ever happened to me. So the thing is, I can hear things, but I cannot necessarily, I don't read music. I don't read music at all, at all. I just know it sounds good and I just do it. And some people might not like that, but I really don't care. But the fact is, FL Studio, I've been in FL Studio since FL Studio 3. We're in FL Studio 20 right now, so that's insane. But yeah, I've been using it. I've used it in Los Angeles and kind of got laughed out of rooms until I pressed the space bar and the beat played, and they liked it. But it was just one of those things. I would rather be great in something that people did not understand or look down on than be mediocre at in a program that is regarded as the greatest software of all time. Like, you know what I mean? So that was one of the many battles that I actually had to face because I was under the intern's umbrella and they used Logic Pro. And they were like, you need to use Logic Pro because we can't share songs, we can't do it. I'm like, you gotta bounce stems. We have to work around because I'm proficient here and I'm gonna stay here. Like, so yeah, stick with what you know and what you can excel at because at the end of the day, your tools help, but they're not the art, they're not the output. It doesn't matter how it got out. Like, if you can get it from here into the world, you win. All the time, every time.
Hi.
Where'd that come from?
Hi.
Oh, hey!
That's a good answer. I'm interested in finding out what influence being from Cleveland and Cleveland schools possibly. I don't know where you went to school.
I went to Nordonia High School.
And, you know, I obviously had to because I went to OU.
Nice.
But just some of your influences possibly as a kid.
My influences musically would have to be Prince, period. I remember being a kid and my dad has like a crazy like CD collection because like my dad was on the short end of the stick. He would always choose the wrong thing. So like it's like, all right, is it gonna be Betamax or VHS? And he would like pick the wrong one every time. So like my dad was like banking all in on CDs. And so he just like bought all the CDs, like everything. So there's like Steely Dan and all this like stuff that I didn't know my dad like listened to. He's like, I just didn't know if it would be around. So I was like, I'll buy it. Oh, cool. So I stumbled upon the Dirty Mind album and like I pulled it out and I saw this guy in a Speedo with no shirt on and like, I'm like, what is this? So I put it in and I heard influences that like, I knew Prince made like rock, and then I knew he made like R&B, but I didn't know that there was funk, I didn't know that there was punk, I didn't know that there was like a rockabilly song on there and all kinds of different things. So like I saw in Prince a person that didn't have a genre, but was able to compete on the highest of the highest levels. And he didn't have to conform per se, he just did what he wanted to. And he's from the Midwest, and he was born in June like me. So like that's the thing, like I'm like, yeah, Prince, I'm gonna be like Prince. So like that's my whole vibe, like Prince was it. So even if you look at it now, like I'm writing and producing songs and then I'm like finding people of like the time, I'm like, hey, you wanna sing this? And they're like, yeah, and then like we just put it out. So it's just a way to kind of like, my motto is Prince through and through.
We're gonna wrap it up. I mean, best takeaway I have is if you were born in June, you can play like Prince. Jesty Beats!